Hello, what is up YouTube? Today we've got the MSI GE73 Raider RGB gaming laptop, 17-inch, 120 Hz, 3 millisecond display. This is the latest 8th gen i7 8750H. This is the Hexacore, 6 cores up from 4 cores on the previous gen of i7s. Built-in speakers, beautiful display, HD webcam, RGB SteelSeries keyboard. It's got these cool little lights on the back as well. So these RGB lights are all ran through the SteelSeries software, so you could change this. If you're at Starbucks and you don't like it, you could turn it off very easily, or you have like disco, casino mode, default mode as you're seeing now. And it's different programs. You have the option, I'll show you the software, you have the option to change it, the keyboard and this, and they're on separate circuits, so you can have different things going on each. What we have on the ports. On the left side of the laptop, you have your Ethernet, killer Ethernet, HDMI, mini display, USB 3.1, USB 3.1 Type-C, headphone, and microphone jack. You also have a vent, and you also have a keyboard lock. On the right side of the laptop, you have 2 more USB 3.1 ports and an SD card and another ventilation and the power input. There is no ports on the back of the unit, but you do have massive cooling projecting out the back and the sides. The cool thing about the USB slots is you can actually control the red light coming out. You can turn it totally off, the LEDs in here. You can turn them half, or you can go to full. When you open this up, you can really tell why it's a work of art. So this is the Dyna audio I was telling you about, and look, it's like it's free floating in with rubber, so you know that bass response and everything. It's really trying to give you the best sound you possibly can, given computer laptop speakers limited amount of space. Here's your spinning up hard drive. There's also a SSD on here. There it is. So this is a 256 with a 1 terabyte. Looks like you got another PCI Express by 4 slot here. So if you want to add, this is huge. This is a huge deal right here, that if you want to add another 1 terabyte SSD, there you go. You just slap that in there. You got the screw for it already. Beautiful stuff. So this is the Hexacore i7 processor, and then you have the NVIDIA Geforce 1070. These heat pipes are huge. Then you got your RAM, 16 gigs. I'm sure you can upgrade this. Here's a preview of the SteelSeries software that you could change the keyboard coloring as well as the Mystic Light system, which is on the back of the computer. Also, you have the killer network card configuration application, and then you also have this sound application as well, which really does some pretty neat stuff and really showcases off these speakers on the particular unit. In addition, you have the MSI Dragon Center. MSI has been showing some really promising things on their software, and this is one of them. It both allows you to clean your disk easily, see what your memory is being used on, see how much your CPU and GPU load are currently set at. It really allows you to not only monitor performance, but also optimize performance. This computer is VR ready, and it can play a lot of games. For the remainder of this video, if you see a perfectly screenshot capture, that is coming from this computer. And the way I had it set up, it was I was streaming on the computer. So you're going to notice that I'm getting less frames per second because I'm not only playing the games, but I'm also streaming at the same time. So what I've done is I'm going to incorporate some additional footage where I was not streaming, but I captured it with my handheld camera, and I'll just put that on top to show you that if you were gaming and you're not streaming, you would get amazing performance. But as you'll see, even at epic settings on a lot of these games, I'm still able to stream at the same time, which is really impressive. So not only is the software optimized, but the hardware combination is a really killer setup. Resident Evil 6 benchmark test. As you see, as you get a lot more things coming on the screen, it dips a little bit, but this is with me streaming it. If you'll notice, I'm going to put another screen overlay, and I'm going to get double the score. So it's not only able to play while streaming, but not streaming. That blue line stays all the way at the top. As you see, a 9800 score while streaming, but I doubled that score on the upper screen while
being without recording the screen. Now here you go, Csgo, all ultra high settings on Csgo. Again, this is screen capture, so I'm only getting like 80, 90 frames per second, not that great. But you're gonna notice here I'm gonna overlay me not streaming, playing this game with the same settings, and I'm getting high 160s, 170s, 180s. Occasionally it dips below 150, but I'm even going over 200 FPS at certain times in the game. Next up is Fortnight. I was doing this test and I got down to second place. Does this computer make you a better gamer? Kind of. I mean, here I was the second to last. And this is me streaming the game, so I'm running this while running XSplit, as you could see in the taskbar. I still got second place. But here's some FPS on Epic. As you see, if I'm not streaming, I got 150, 160. And on medium settings, I was able to get over 250 on the frames per second. So way able to play Fortnite. And if you want to stream it, you could still stream it on those Epic settings as well. If you hit down to medium settings, you can get over 100 frames per second.
Because I have like the pro settings,
Not sure I follow. Is it run smoother that way?
No. It's just like to give pros like more of an advantage in like seeing people. Those are the settings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, so hold on. Tell me again which one. What? So.
Yeah, I got view distance Epic, shadows off, anti whatever it is off, textures and effects on Epic, and post processing on low.
Okay.
So yeah, that's mine. I'm getting 200 and like.
Oh, this is easy. It was way easier to see in this game now.
Exactly, dude. That's why I have it like that. No.
Yeah, cause see, I'm getting close to 200 now.
Yeah.
Damn. So this 1070 is doing pretty good.
So I did want to compare this to my previous MSI. This is my main computer here that I've been using for the last 2 years. This thing's got the i7, I think it's the 7th gen in it. It's got a 980M. And as you see, this is a different series of gaming laptop. First off, very similar keyboard, as you see, SteelSeries. So I've had this keyboard for over 2 years. It's a good keyboard. As I mentioned, with the actual touchpad, I love this one way more. It's more responsive, more fluid. That's actually quite a little upgrade on it. This also has the Dyna audio in here. I would say this computer actually has a little bit better bass response, but I think it's because of the thickness of this one than that one. This one has more clarity and it's a more clear, crisp sound. Look how much thicker this one is comparatively. This one does have more ports on the side. The other thing is this one has ports on the back, where this one does not have any ports whatsoever on the back of the unit. So this one has no ports at all, and look how big the fan area is, the exhaust openings are on this one. So the technology has gotten so much better. And then again, another side view here. There you go on that. And I guess MSI has never made a latching laptop. It just kind of floats in and sits. Same thing with this one as well. So here you go. This is the same material that this one is made out of. So in case you guys are wondering, like, how does it hold up to Fingerprints? Well, I mean, not amazing, but at the same time, this one has 2 years worth of, and let me tell you, I'm in California. I've taken it to Florida 4 different times for business trips. I've taken it to another country before, all around. I take it to school, all sorts of places, and it's holding up great. Nothing on this has broken. It's really lasted, and I'm very thankful for that. When it comes time to buying your laptop, please keep in mind the processor and the graphics card you're buying. The reason why this one has a little bit higher of a price tag is because you're getting that 1070 and you're getting that brand new 8th gen i7 processor. Something else to note is it does have this very large power supply brick that does require you to bring along, especially if you want to get that increased performance. If you are interested in the laptop, there will be links in the description below. Thank you for Computer Upgrade Kings for allowing me to do this video. They did send me this review unit. Unfortunately, I have to send it back.
So there you have it, the GE Raider 73 RGB MSI gaming laptop. I love it. There's a lot of options out there for you. If you're in the price range with this though, and you want that solid state drive, the 1070, the brand new i7 processor, and the latest and the greatest, unfortunately you're gonna be around this price point. And as you see, MSI really looks at those details, everything from cooling to portability to performance to software. So it's a really well-rounded gaming machine. That's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.